What's up guys, it's X1 here. Today we're going to do something a little different, not a vlog, but instead we're going to talk about some melee, going to go into some specifics, and today we're talking about stage control specifically. Basically the most important thing in the entirety of all Smash games. Definitely super important in melee. It's something that's kind of like gets overlooked a little bit and not talked about much, especially at the lower mid levels. So I'm going to go over some examples and I'll be talking over them and you can learn some more about stage control. Hope you guys like this. Right, so in this first clip, playing Samus against Falcon, and you'll see Samus gets a grab and manages to establish her position on the stage. And it's like, you get up to here, and it's like, Samus is in the got stage control here. You can see this, like, behind Falcon, there's basically no room for him to retreat, where Samus has got this whole of FD basically behind her. But what happens in this clip is basically, it's not that Samus has done a move wrong or anything like that, it's just that it's been too willing to retreat. And like, if you look at where it ends up, basically it's a complete mirror of where it was in the first place, and the Falcon hasn't really done much to make that happen. It's just the Samus has been retreating of her own volition, and that has led to her just giving up the whole stage without actually managing to get any advantage for it. So we've got an edgeguard situation here, and edgeguarding is kind of like the epitome of having stage control, because they have literally no stage control. They're not even on the stage. So in this situation where you've got such a big advantage, what you want to often look out for is what their most punishing option from the ledge is. And often, well, I mean, sometimes this is like sort of ledge hop into an aerial or something like that. But also just like doing a roll from the edge or doing a ledge dash into a roll or something like that is really punishing for you. So what I'm trying to do here, and what you should see in the clip, is I'm covering the get up ledge hop into an aerial by placing a back air here, but I'm also timing it in such a way that I'm making sure that I'm not vulnerable to the ledge hop roll, and you see I managed to pick it up with a grab there, like really punishing Samus for trying to claim back the middle of the stage with that roll, and I'm just denying that because I really don't want to lose my stage position right now. Okay, so in this clip, I get hit by a down smash and I'm sent off to the side of the stage. As you can see, like, I go for the start of this double jump here, and a lot of times when you're in this situation, you're tempted to just, like, you know, drift all the way back in and land and go for like a back air or something, because I'm facing outwards, so you just want to do an aerial towards the middle of the stage to try and cover your landing. But like, it's kind of like the most obvious play that you can make for the middle, and people are always trying to sniff it out. And if you watch in the clip, you'll see that I would have got punished by the up tilt that's just in place. Instead, what I decided to do was not drift all the way back into the middle of the stage and just land in a sort of safe space where I can on the outside. I managed to get back into the middle yet, but I'm just deciding, okay, I want to first prioritize getting back down to the ground, and then once I got onto the ground, I go for this little dash and then a roll, and then that allows me to get back into the middle in a much safer way than if I just, you know, sort of jumped in blindly at the first possible opportunity. Right, so this next clip is more of sort of like a general principle sort of thing, just talking about how when you go for like an aerial to try and attack someone, like, you might not want to use like the full drift you have or the full momentum from your run, and just, like, you know, sort of hold back a bit whilst you're in the air, and it allows you to just position yourself in like maintain your position in the stage while still threatening them with an aerial. So it's like, if you look when I go for this back air here, it's like I decide to do like a little bit of a retreat and then put the back air behind me, because like I don't really want to fully go into the space that Samus is in. I'm already in the advantageous space in the middle of the stage. So I'm just going for a back air here, and I go for this full hop, like drift back and fast forward, just trying to get back onto the ground once I've used the move. And like, not overcommit. Like, if I'd continued the trajectory of that neutral air, like just naturally, I'd have gone way past Samus and I would end up with myself at the edge of the stage. Instead, I've decided to pull back a bit, fast fall, just get down onto the ground. I get my shield up. It's still not like the best situation, but I've ended up still in the middle of the stage, and there isn't anything that Samus can do to like really punish me for that. Whereas like, if I'd just gone way past, like a lot of players I see do, like you end up getting punished really hard. This is the sort of thing I see a lot of Fox players do as well. Like, they go for these nairs when their opponent's at the edge, and they cross them up, and it's like, going for a cross up is kind of fine sometimes, but if you're sacrificing your stage position to go for a cross up, then you should not have done that cross up at all. So in this clip, we're basically, I'm basically just covering like another side of stage control, no matter why it's good. It's something that a lot of people don't really realize about. And the fact I'm playing at Samus really helps here, but basically when I get caught in this situation, I get hit by this nair, and it's like, I basically got punished because I did something wrong, and I get hit for it. But because I have this stage control, I can just roll away, and I have all this space to roll into. Even though I've done the tech roll away, I'm still pretty much close to the middle of the stage, like in a neutral situation. Whereas like, if I didn't have such a commanding stage position in the first place, then that roll away would have ended me right at the edge, which would have been way more punishing for me. Whereas instead, I can just kind of safely play this get out of jail free card of this roll away, and then reset to a neutral situation rather than getting actually punished for that knockdown. One of the things I do want to note is though, if you're playing against like really fast characters like Falcon and Fox, then it's like, it doesn't really work like that. They can still get you if you take away, but like in a lot of these slower matchups like Peach, Jigs, Samus, like if you have the stage and you get hit, like you can kind of just tech back into the middle of the stage because it is just free essentially against the slower characters who can't punish you. Alright guys, hope you liked the video, hope you enjoyed it, hope you maybe learned a thing or two from it. If you like it, you know, just let me know, leave a comment or whatever, because we're going to look to try and do some more of these if they're well received. You know, step up the educational content on the channel. So yeah, let us know any feedback, and I guess we'll see you next week.